We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Economic slowdowns and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. The U.S. economy grew at a faster than expected 2.9% annualized pace in the fourth quarter of 2022, but that's a slowdown from 3.2% the previous quarter, according to Commerce Department data. For the full year, gross domestic product grew 2.1%. The data showed weakening demand among consumers and other red flags indicating ongoing risk of a recession later this year. The data also suggests that the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rates are slowing the economy as intended in the central bank's fight against high inflation. The numbers are good, said Robert Frick, chief economist at Navy Federal Credit Union. We shouldn't expect them to be fantastic because the economy is slowing down. Consumer spending also slowed, falling 0.2% from November to December, and was revised lower to show a drop of 0.1% from October to November. Last year's holiday sales were sluggish for many retailers, and the overall spending figures for the final 2 months of 2022 were the weakest in 2 years. The National Archives sent a letter to representatives of former presidents and vice presidents, asking them to review personal records to see if they have any classified documents. The request came after the recent discoveries of papers with classified markings by representatives of President Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence. The FBI last year seized classified documents at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. Freddie Ford, chief of staff to former President George W. Bush, told the archives that Bush aides remain confident they have no classified material. Spokespeople for former Presidents Trump, Obama, and Clinton, and former Vice Presidents Pence, Dick Cheney, Al Gore, and Dan Quayle did not immediately comment. All of this brings up the question of why the National Archives is unable to do the job of tracking documents. Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat from California, is attempting to fail upwards. Schiff announced he is running for fellow Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein's seat in the 2024 election. Progressive Representative Katie Porter has already entered the race to replace the 89-year-old Feinstein, who hasn't said yet whether she will seek re-election. Schiff's announcement came 2 days after House Speaker Kevin McCarthy referenced the continual lies that Schiff told the American people about the now discredited Steele dossier and blocked him from taking his spot on the House Intelligence Committee in the new Congress. As Senate Judiciary Committee member John Kennedy slammed President Biden over his latest comments toward quote-unquote MAGA Republicans, whom he claimed are putting forth policies that would choose to inflict this kind of pain on the American people. Kennedy stated, "I think that President Biden is the only person in the Milky Way who thinks our country is headed in the right direction." Kennedy said, "Look at the facts. Last year, our economy grew at 1%. China's economy was shut down, and it grew at 3%. The U.S. has 13.5% inflation cumulatively. That's what President Biden has given us in 2 years. President Biden says my party and I want to gut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, and that's just not true," he said. That's the raw naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.